There are no lies in the ring. You learn so much about yourself, your weaknesses, your strengths, things that you would never have known about yourself. Everything that you are gets exposed.
You can't have expectations for any fight. You never know what's going to happen on the day. All you know is you've got to go in and if they're going to put me down, I've got to be dead.
The only thing that there can be is discipline. Discipline to do what I have to do to reach my goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. It's TFP3, the Continental Collision, coming at you live from Cape Town, South Africa, from the Grand West Casino and Entertainment World. And the following bout on this evening's card is to go a distance of 5 rounds of 2 minutes for the vacant South African Women's Featherweights Championship. Standing next to me, General Secretary of the South African Muay Thai Organization, Source Grobelaar, with the vacant belt that is up for grabs. And without further ado, let's introduce the first of our 2 combatants. Standing 1.65 meters tall, weighing in at 56.75 kilograms, with a pro-am record, 2 wins against 5 losses. She fights out of Nakeng Muay Thai. Please welcome Yolandie Botha. And now introducing the second of our 2 combatants, standing 1.55 meters tall and weighing in at 56.1 kilograms, with a record of 9 wins against 2 losses. She fights out of Camp Fight. Please welcome Devin Ray Gouws.
as I try to do a towel because they mop the floor before the break. Yeah. Do you guys have a towel?
Y Crew is over. We've seen the videos that have come out that have been produced. You don't need to hype this fight anymore. It's for the South African National Championship, the women's featherweight division. And here they are about to set this ring alight at TFP 3. Yolandie Botha up against Devin Gouws.
It's so awesome to see the amount of work going into promoting these fighters in this event. And it's just so good to see where Muay Thai is going. It's awesome. Women's fighting on the map. Really, really cool. Loving it. This is going to be a cracker.
In case you've just joined us, I'm Devin Curra. You're one of your commentators and also the ring announcer as well. He's joined by the birthday boy, Clint Walters. Happy birthday, sir.
Thanks, my man.
That's good.
And what better way to spend your birthday than watching people
Tell me about it.
extol some violence upon each other.
Nothing a man like me
That's
would, would like to do more.
But here we are, the real meat of the event. It's title time. We saw
Judges, you ready?
a successful title
Fighters
defense.
ready?
The fight before this,
Okay,
the
let's
fight
bring it to
before
the
the
center,
interval. Shane
ladies.
Deacon taking out
Bring it to the center.
Chester Kruger over 3 rounds. Here we
Okay,
go.
guys.
Vacant title it is. Round 1, and we're off to go.
Let's see who establishes themselves first. Devin can take a lot of punishment. She does can come out hard.
5 rounds of 2 minutes. The ladies showing us that they can fight longer than the men. So, face value, you got Devin Gouws in the red trunks, or heavily tattooed. Yolandie Botha, blue trunks, no tattoos. But
Yolandie,
the thing that you do notice straight away, the height difference.
I was about to say, Yolandie's got to use that height. She's got to use that reach advantage, which she's doing. She's sitting behind the jab. She's using her teep, attacking with leg kicks, not allowing Devin to get nice and close.
Stop.
Devin using that high guard, trying to get the sweep.
seconds
Was that a
holding, man. 2
successful
seconds
sweep
when
in
you
your
hold the leg.
opinion?
Okay.
As long as the the points hit the
Yeah.
floor. Of course, those sweeps count in the minds of the judges.
So Devin's got to find a way to get inside, get through that long-range attack. Yolandie's got to find a way to maintain that long-range attack and keep Devin at bay.
Devin Ray keeping a very high guard as well as her feet solidly planted on the floor.
Well, she is the shorter girl, so, being shorter, you got to keep that guard up. The taller girl, you got to kind of protect that body a lot more.
Yolandie Botha trying to make all the movements going forward.
Yeah, good aggression. That forward pressure, it works on the judges' minds because it's, you are going forward, you're pushing the pace, you're forcing your opponent to throw when they don't want to throw. So it's a very important tactic in Muay Thai. Oh, great left hand there by Devin Ray.
Straight down the pipe from Devin Gouws right at the end of the first round.
Stop.
Really good first round. I think Yolandie being more effective from range. No, I'm good. Being more effective from range, Devin's going to have to find a way to get through that range and close the gap. She's doing effective. She's being effective when Yolandie makes mistakes and gets too close. She's capitalizing well, but she's got to find a way to be more offensive and initiate.
5 rounds of 2 minutes, 1 round in the can. Are we going to say pretty much honours even towards the end? Perhaps the sweep might have scored a little bit more heavily in the favour of Devin Gouws, especially considering that shot straight down the middle we saw near the death of the first round.
Well, if you look at the amount of shots landed, I think Yolandie landed way more. Devin didn't land as much. She was when she could be effective. She was, but not enough landed. I think I would have scored that for Yolandie.
There you go, Clint Walters, my guru, sitting next to me at ringside here, teaching me about the art of Muay Thai as I go along in my career as a commentator and a ring announcer for this spectacular form of stand-up fighting. We're in Cape Town. It's a big event. We have a live crowd for the first time in a few years. In case you've just joined us all the way from Germany, the Continental Collision is on its way next.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. Germany, Nick Radley flew in a whole bunch of fighters from Germany to compete against our South African guys, and it's to see where Muay Thai is going, to see where TFP is going, the events he's putting on. The fighters need events to compete in for them to grow and develop. Without events, there's just Muay Thai will die. And Nick has taken it upon himself to really grow the sport. It's incredible what he's doing. I'm really, really excited for TFP.
Seconds out. Few seconds remain before we get kicked off into round number 2. Both fighters are going to be starting from the neutral corner.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Okay, fighters, the
Next
center.
event for TFP's in May. That's also going to be a good one.
Okay, judges, you ready?
The action
Yeah.
suddenly is coming thick and fast in the sport of Muay Thai. Back with the ladies. The vacant South African Featherweight Championship is on the line.
So Yolandie's being first, which is very important. She's throwing first, she's initiating. And the minute you do that, your opponent has to defend.
What some of you might not know at home, this is an ongoing rivalry.
Yes, that's
This
right.
is a trilogy fight. They're one each in that trilogy. Winner gets the belt tonight.
This is the decider, yeah.
What better way to celebrate a trilogy where two fighters come through the
Beautiful
ranks?
spinning back fist there by Devin.
And now it's a belt on the line, and Devin is certainly putting up one heck of a fight to get it.
Beautiful.
Fine, slippery. Okay,
Pointing that she slipped on a wet part of canvas the way that I can see it. It does look a little bit damp.
It was a sweep, so it was intentional. But Devin now closing the gap, being very effective on the inside. That's where she needs to fight. This is where her game is going to be. Inside, in close. She needs to negate Yolandie's long, rangy weapons.
Okay, up,
Let's
ladies.
both go to the floor.
Devin landing on top there, winning that takedown.
Devin
That's-
Gouws landing on the top exactly. Again, a catch of the leg.
Yolandie got to pull.
Attempted sweep.
Yeah, she's got to pull that teep back quicker. She's getting caught a lot. She's got to push it out there and pull it back quick. Nice use of the jab, but Devin's countering nicely now. She's really getting through with that left hand. Using her southpaw stance effectively, getting through with that left down the pipe. Devin, the slightly quicker fighter, more explosive. Yolandie not as explosive, but using her range effectively.
It seems to be a trait of the Nakeng Muay Thai fighters. They're very methodical. They don't blow their gasket too early, and they seem to fight at one pace consistently throughout the fight. Yolandie Botha, no different to Paul Combal that we saw earlier, winning a split decision up against Luan Fenter.
Yeah, you know what they say, slow and steady can win the race. But sometimes you've got to have that urgency when there's a little bit of doubt in your mind on who's winning. If you're winning by miles, then 100%. But if there's a little bit of doubt in your mind, you've got to get that urgency, and you're going to have to start pushing the pace and being more aggressive. That's one thing about Muay Thai is, you know when you're winning and you know when you're losing. And when you're losing, you need to do something about it.
It's not as though you've got to hit the panic station, but you certainly got to hit that accelerator.
Yeah, you've got to be more aggressive. You've got to push forward. You're punching first in this game it's what it's about. And, there's nothing for free in Muay Thai. If you get kicked, you've got to kick back. If you get punched, you've got to punch back. You've got to make sure that your opponent knows that there's nothing's for free.
Well, as you mentioned, punching first is what the game is all about, but now we're seeing a sweep in terms of the scoring method, that the judges are paying a lot more attention to punches as opposed to just the traditional old school Muay Thai rules, which was kicks being the big scorers and punches amounting to nothing. Now you're seeing punches getting valued as much as kicks, which is certainly going to come into play down the line when the Germans take to the ring, because they're all K1 specialists, heavy on the hands.
Well, I think in all the non-Thai countries, Thai is a very kick-dominant style. They're very kick-dominant. All the Western countries in Europe, South Africa as well. We are a very boxing-dominant Muay Thai style. Even the Dutch have the Dutch K1. So we are very boxing dominant, and it makes sense. I mean, if you're landing something, whether it's a punch or kick, it's a point. So I'm glad they've made those changes. Because it's hard when you come from a boxing base to start using your hands to set up your kicks. If you're landing a good solid jab every shot and the judges aren't scoring it, it's very hard to win a fight with your punches not being scored. So I'm glad they've made those changes.
Yeah, there seems to be a certain amount of absurdity involved in the fact that, well, if I can knock you out with my hands,
Correct.
why do you not care about the fact that I'm landing them?
Yeah, before they used to judge you on damage done with hands. Only damaging punches were scored.
Devin close with a sweep to the floor.
Yeah, Yolandie's got to pull that teep back quicker. She's got to get her kicks out of there. She can't leave them out there.
So now the method of pulling your kick back, what is it? Is it a jarring motion of the leg?
Well, as you make contact, get it down to the floor ASAP.
Pretty straight and simple.
Yeah, and when you teep, you've got to pull your leg back. You can't just drop it. If you just drop it, your opponent's going to catch.
Round number 3 is where we are. 1:30 remaining. 2 minutes around.
Devin needs to start relying on that power left hand when Yolandie comes forward. She's very susceptible to that left. She had good success with that left hand earlier, and she's not using it now, but she's landing well with the kicks. That counter left of hers does well against Yolandie.
Devin
There we
Ray
go again.
not afraid to get stuck in straight in the middle. She's not hard to find, that's for sure.
With that many tattoos, I can guarantee you she doesn't mind the pain.
Of course, she is a tattoo artist. A lot of people in Cape Town have been through her caring hands in terms of artwork, and she's trying to paint a different picture on Yolandie Botha right now.
Good aggression there by Devin. Now taking the fight to Yolandie, really pushing the pace.
Nice high kick from Devin Ray, close, kind of parried off by Yolandie Botha.
Little mistakes, foot placement before they're kicking. Losing a lot of power. But these are all things you can work on later, adjustments you can make. Some good work inside, good solid knees.
And that was the pull of the head down to the position where Devin Ray Close could detonate a knee to the forehead of Yolandie Botha.
And let's not forget this is a 5-rounder, so they're going to have to push hard the last 2 rounds in those championship rounds.
And that's exactly what Devin Ray is doing. She is starting to push the pace.
And these are the championship rounds. This is where the title fights matter. When you get to round 4 and 5, and you got to do what the other fighters don't get a chance to do.
She has a smile on her face. She's sitting in the corner listening to her coach. Good vibes coming out of the corner from Devin Ray Close, as opposed to the difference being Yolandie Botha, all business, steely stare straight down the middle. Of course, her coach is Russell de Villiers out of Nakeng Muay Thai. As we look at some of the highlights from the 3rd round.
Devin throwing lots of nice counters. I love the way she's countering with her kicks. Yolandie's coming through, but she's coming back immediately with something, keeping on her toes, landing effectively. It's not about how hard you land. As long as you land, you're scoring points. It's important. People forget.
We also see a bit of a shift now because, Yolandie Botha, very much the person who was walking forward in the first 2 rounds. Yeah. Now Devin Ray is the one who made all the moves forward in the 3rd round. Let's see what she brings out in the 4th round. Is it going to be more of the same? She looks happy. She doesn't look like she's gassed. She's talking to her coach. So those are all good signs about
Both
the lung capacity.
Very calm, very collected. One of the things people forget about the corner is you've got to be able to absorb information. You've got to pay attention, listen to your coach. Your coach can see things that you're not quite aware of. When you're in a firefight, you're kind of distracted in the sense that you pick up on, you miss out on a lot of things, foot placement, body positioning. openings. So you've got to be able to listen to your coach and capitalize. Come out and make adjustments in the next round.
A longer than usual break. It's 2-minute intervals in between each round.
That's right.
And you got to ask why. Well, in case you're cut on the face over both eyebrows, you're going to need more time to fix that mess up.
I'm a big fan of the 2-minute rest because you get way more action out of your fighters. The guys push a lot harder, a lot more recovery, and if you do get cuts, like you said, you have more time to stop the bleeding, which makes for a longer fight.
Here we go, round number 4 underway in Cape Town. TFP 3 is what we're all watching right now. And the two ladies in the middle are vying for the vacant South African Featherweight Championship. Devin Gouws in the red, Yolandie Botha in the blue.
Yeah, this is a very, 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 very hard fight to score. I wouldn't like to be in the judges' seats. There's a lot of to and fro. Devin needs to be more active.
There hasn't been a lot of feinting, a lot of flinching. The ladies have been pretty honest about what they want to do.
Yeah. When they throw when they're ready to throw. Feints are such an important part of this game. You kind of get a flinch reflex, and from that flinch reflex, you can set your offense up behind it. You have to play the feint game.
Just having a look at the general condition of the legs of both fighters. Devin Ray seemingly the redder of the two, but I think that's more from her throwing kicks as opposed to taking the damage.
Yeah, and some people bruise easier. It's everybody's different. Some people bruise easier, some people have better circulation. So the more you hit it, the redder it gets. Different strokes for different folks.
It's all about body type, and this is a fine example. Taller versus shorter. Long game versus inside game. Aggressor is Devin Gouws.
2 seconds holding, eh?
Also, when it comes to legs, the conditioning, the amount of times you get kicked in your legs in training, conditioning the skin, conditioning the muscle, conditioning the nerves, it plays a big part to how your legs react in a fight when you start taking damage with no shin pads. People forget, we wear shin pads in training, and all of a sudden you're getting kicked with no shin pads. It's a game changer.
Spinning elbow from Yolandie Botha. Round number 4 is in the can. Tough round to score.
Very hard round to score. I'm glad I'm commentating and not judging.
Certainly not as definitive as what I saw in round number 3. We thought, was there going to be a turning of the tide? Looks like Yolandie Botha just kept that same gears, kept it going, was consistent in her output. Devin Gouws being the one standing closer, trying to catch and kick, trying to block and fend.
Yeah, Yolandie has to work. That tip of hers keeps getting caught. She really has to. She's got to ask herself a question: why does my teeth keep getting caught? And make an adjustment. Pull that leg back quicker, stab it out faster, lift the knee higher. Whatever it is, each fight is different. But it's one of the things I try and teach my guys is you've got to be able to identify the problem. And I can't give you everything when you're fighting. You've got to be able to identify the problem and have a solution to it. And she keeps getting caught on that tip. She needs to flick it out and pull it back really fast to avoid being caught.
Improvise, adapt, and overcome. You've got to do 100%. It on the fly, and your examination is live and it's physical.
It can be painful.
Painful lessons get taught in this ring.
That's how my guys, pain is a great teacher.
Oh yeah. Devin Gouws coming out of the gym, camp fight. David Dornbrack, her coach. She's in good company, good selection of sparring partners, ladies that she has in the gym that she can go rounds with.
Yeah, that's the one thing I love about Cape Town. I'm from Durban. I basically have the only Muay Thai gym in Durban, but in Cape Town there are so many top Muay Thai coaches. They've all been to Thailand, they've trained there, they've traveled, they've fought. It's so nice to see such a Cape Town's like the capital of Muay Thai in South Africa. It's awesome to see. Really, really good to see.
Of course, yours the domination gym up in KZN. You need some competition, so if you're in KZN, start opening some Muay Thai gyms.
Please, please. Okay, let's see, this is final round. We need a bit of action. These girls need to start. Someone's got to take this fight. They've got to take it and put an exclamation mark on it. Devin looks like she's the one that wants to do it.
Who's got more in the tank? And it looks like it's Devin Gouws.
Definitely showing the urgency. But in that urgency, you've got to be careful not to drop those hands and get caught with a lucky shot. You have to keep those hands up.
She has. She's kept those hands up throughout the whole fight as Devin Ray close. I've been mighty impressed with her ability to defend the top half of her body.
Yeah, good defense gives you good offense. If you maintain a solid defense.
Talk.
Devin Ray signaling to the ref there for some reason. I'm not sure if that was anything to be worried about. That was an attempted elbow over the top by Yolandie Botha.
Yolandie coming back. I don't know if maybe Devin pushed a little bit hard in the beginning of that round. It looks like she's, you know, they fight and they have a little breather, then they fight and they have a little breather. It's like a tit for tat kind of game at the moment.
Also kind of respectful. Their breaks are equal. As we approach 30
This is
seconds
going to be a
left
really
in this
hard fight to
championship
score.
fight. Yeah, exactly. Hard fight to score. You wouldn't want it any other way. We've got to make these judges work.
I'm seeing a lot of urgency with Devin Ray. She's pushing the pace. You know, there once again with that teep. Oh, really good head kick there.
And that's what the judges are going to be paying good attention to.
Yolandie looks so calm, you know, nothing phases her. She's really cool, calm, collected. She really needs to kind of like get in there and start doing some damage.
We'll
There we
let
go.
the crowd take you in. The fight
Really
comes
good
to
fight.
an end.
Really good fight.
Excellent exhibition of championship fighting at the top of the Pro-Am ladder in South Africa's featherweight division.
That's fine. Good. All in place. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give both of these ladies a massive round of applause. Presenting the belt to the winner will be the co-president of the South African Muay Thai organization, Nicholas Radley. And this trilogy has officially been put to bed. We have a unanimous decision after 3 rounds of action. Going to the judges' scorecards, your winner and new South African featherweight champion, Devin Ray!
Ready for war, better pray that the Lord with him.